Most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating, and most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
General advice disclaimer. The information provided and made available through this podcast does not constitute financial advice. The information is of a general nature only and does not take into account your individual objectives, a financial situation, or needs. It should not be used, relied upon, or treated as a substitute for specific professional advice. We recommend that you obtain your own independent professional advice before making any decision in relation to your particular requirements or circumstances. Positive Tax Solutions and its representatives do not warrant the accuracy, completeness, or currency of the information provided on and made available through this podcast.
Well, good morning, everyone, to Tax Tuesday. And this is, I guess, technically the second Tax Tuesday of the new fiscal year, FY26. And what I wanted to do is spend a little bit of time today talking to you about, hey, the New Year's rolled around. What should we do? What we should be preparing for, and what we should be thinking about from a tax perspective. Yep, the last year's just wrapped up. The New Year's started. It's the beginning of the year. What sort of things should we focus on? Well, what we want to do, of course, is wrap up last year well. We are coming up on tax filing season. There is an obligation in Australia to report your tax returns. You can do it yourself. You can have an accountant do it. I, of course, always have an accountant do it because I get more flexibility. And what and when you report is a little bit dependent on what happened last year. So if you, for example, are a salary earner and you have negative geared property, which many of our clients do, then what you'll want to do is be filing your taxes literally as soon as you can. That may take another week or so until the tax office's portal is complete. If you're using a tax agent, they won't be able to file or get a result for you for another week or so, while the ATO is populating all of the data into their back end. But basically, as soon as that's done, if you're using a tax agent, certainly if you're doing it yourself, get your taxes and your tax returns submitted as early as possible so that you can get back from the ATO the money they've taken out of your pay slip that you don't owe them, that they owe you, that they won't pay interest on. That is much better in your offset account than sitting in their escrow accounts. So get your filing done early, get your taxes back. Now, if you're running neutrally, if you're self-employed and you're managing your own tax affairs, if you did a payroll variation last year with a tax agent or yourself, and you probably owe a little, or maybe they owe you a little bit, you really have a choice about when you complete your tax returns. It'll be this calendar year if you don't use a tax agent. If you do use a tax agent, you can actually delay your tax filing out until the middle of May of 2026 for the year just completed. If, for example, you sold a property, or you might end up owing the tax office some money this year based on some income that you had, or a gain that was received, or some assets that were sold, then what I'd recommend you do is secure a tax agent so you can delay your filing as long as possible. As I mentioned, if you do have a tax agent, you can delay filing until May 15 of 2026, and you would push out submitting your return that long. You might want to do some work with your tax agent to figure out what the obligation might be so that you can save for it, have some money set aside, but certainly you'd like to delay giving that to the ATO as long as is possible. So that's how we sort of think about, or that's how I think about when to do taxes for this year. I'll probably have a tax obligation, so I'll be working with my tax agent to delay my filing till May. With respect to clients of ours, positive tax, if you are delaying till May and you've seen invoices and stuff come in for us to start filing for services, etc., please just let us know, and we can delay payment until later in the year. Okay, because we're starting FY26, what are some of the things you can do at the beginning of this year to set yourself up well? Well, it's nice to do some housekeeping, make sure things are nice and simple. And so what I'd recommend for clients is do some of the following things. First of all, if you don't have a really good filing system for expenses and everything else, consider putting one in place. Don't use paperwork. Get everything scanned, uploaded to the cloud, copied to your computer, keep it in a digital format. No point tracking paper anymore. Here's a really smart idea. If you do have a property agent, and most of us will, a property manager, consider asking them to pay all your bills. They keep good records. They have to. So let them be your record keeper. If they're paying the bills, they'll have the receipts, they'll give you the statements. And when it comes to filing at the end of the year, it'll be easier because all of the records will have been kept by someone who's basically paid to do it. So there's less work for you. Something else you can do that I recommend, if you have bought property, if you have property that's being rented out, if new or old, doesn't really matter, and you don't have a depreciation schedule, consider getting one. Even for secondhand property where you're really just depreciating the building itself, over the long term, the 2.5% or so that you can claim each year can add up. And so claiming an expense for wear and tear that you would not otherwise be able to claim is really important. Depreciator.com are the clients, are the service we recommend. Do come back through us. For instance, if we do a referral for you, you not only get a 10% discount, but your schedule will be updated free of charge when you do things like renovations and so forth. So consider getting a depreciation schedule. If you've not done that already, reach out to your tax agent. They can give you a referral. Other things that you can do is, if you are again on payroll and you're early in your property journey and you're likely to be running negative geared, a payroll variation is a key way to save a lot on taxes and to superpower your loan repayment schedule by keeping money in offset. You can be preparing for that right now. The ATO might not take a tax return until their portal is populated in a couple of weeks' time. But there's nothing stopping you getting the payroll variation done now and ready to submit or submitted. That takes about a month for the ATO to process, and you would like to be paying less tax for the entire year. So get that submitted now. Don't wait until the tax return's done. The data is all available to you as a property owner and your tax agent. You can do it through MyGov. You do it yourself. It's a bit of a runaround, actually. I've tried. It's very confusing. Or get a tax agent to do it. Get that done as early this year as possible. If you are thinking of selling this fiscal year a property for whatever reason, can I suggest that you do so early in the year, or at least don't wait until April or so to sign a contract. You want the property, you want to have a plan for the sale and what to do with the capital gains tax that might be incurred. But you certainly want the property settled in time that you've got money to deal with the taxes. So recommend not selling in the last fiscal quarter of the year if you can, but certainly don't list a property or sign a contract until you have a plan with your tax agent on how to reduce the capital gains. Even basic techniques that we can work with clients have the ability to save you 20, 30 or 40 grand in capital gains tax. It's absurd not to do that. Giving away free money is very silly. So have a plan before you sell. So that's sort of it for my suggestions for early in the fiscal year. We're getting ready to spool up for a whole another year of tax work and so forth. Take some of those steps to make sure that you're prepped for the next year and completing your taxes for the last year. And if you have any questions, of course, reach out to the team and let us know. Okay, excellent. Thanks. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.